Hello, Empower Tribe. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come in and kind of talk to you a little bit about my experience. If you're new to my channel, this is Her Empowered Life TV. Welcome. And this channel is all about women empowerment and sharing of experiences and perspective. And hopefully, that will help you grow in your personal journey. If you're interested in working with me, please check out my website at www.herempoweredlife.com. So yesterday I watched this reality TV show, and I was somewhat triggered by the scenes. The scene was about this guy that kind of went to his dad's grave, and he was, going to seek guidance from his dad. And then part of the scene was that he's talking about the legacy that his dad left him, and the wisdom that was left to his family around family unitedness, and just talking about his dad being just this wonderful man that really loved and took care of the family. So I know it doesn't sound like much, but it really triggered something in me. Um, the reason why I wanted to share with you the story is because I've mentioned in many of my other videos before around spiritual awakening and what spiritual awakening is. I haven't really dived into it, but today I thought I'd share my story concerning my own journey of spiritual awakening. So I want to say maybe about 10 years ago. um Maybe just a little bit background on my history. So I grew up from Singapore. I don't really have a very good relationship with my mother all my life. She's a narcissist, and it's all about her and her happiness and how she feels, and the whole world revolves around her. And it is what it is, right? And all growing up, I have this tremendous fear of her, and I just didn't understand why. It's just I just am so afraid of her, and that carried all the way through to adulthood. So fast forward 10 years ago, I was in a situation where I am still a Singapore citizen. I'm a permanent resident here in United States, however. And at that time, my Singapore passport was expired. And I was looking to see if my mom could help me gather some information around what I needed to do to renew my passport. And she was like, just look at the website and the information is all there. And I was like super upset because I was like, I mean, if anything, I could have gone there to the website and read everything, which I did. And I'm asking her to see if she could possibly go and find some information for me in person. But that sums up the kind of stuff that my mom would do, where she wouldn't be much help even if I ask her to help, and she can only give me the most minimal effort from her. And every time she calls me, she would be talking to me about my brother and his life, and it's like it really upsets me because, like, if you could call me and just talk to me about me versus talking to me about my brother, because again, I feel like I'm not seen by her, and I feel like she just makes me feel unimportant in her life because I'm just a thing. That's kind of how I felt at that time. So that very conversation I had with her, I something triggered in me, and I just told her, I said, why can't you call me to talk to me about me? You always call me and talk to me about my brother. Every time I ask you for help, you would only give me very minimal effort. Like, I don't understand why. And that was the very first time I actually gave my mom the truth of how I felt about our relationship, because for many, many years, it was never talked about, because it was this invisible elephant in the room that we just don't talk about. But that one incident on the phone 10 years ago triggered this massive journey of awakening for me, because that was the very first time I really came into my power to let her know that she doesn't have a stronghold on me anymore. I'm stepping into my power and letting her know how I feel. Fast forward, like I said, that incident triggered spiritual awakening for me, because I realized that there is a deeper power within me that I didn't even realize I had. And it kind of woke me up to realize that there is something more that I need to understand about myself. And it kind of got me to really dive into the feelings that I have. Like, why am I so afraid of my mom? Like, what is it, And then a lot of my life, I've been more of a submissive person where I don't speak up necessarily. Not that I don't have an opinion, I just don't feel like there's a need to say anything. And I think one of the learnings that I have about my life is that I need to really embrace my power and speak up and tell people about who I am, instead of hiding in the shadows of trying to keep myself small, if that makes any sense. So because I've always kept myself small, people don't take me seriously, or they take advantage of me. Because as an empath, I am a people pleaser. I want people to be happy. As a Libra, I keep the peace most of the time because I value relationships. So I'm not one that loves to rock the boat. But I would say that one incident that triggered my spiritual awakening kind of allowed my voice to get louder and louder in terms of speaking up for what I stand for. And it was something that it was kind of foreign to me, because it wasn't something that I had done in the past, but it kind of opened up the doors, which allow me the freedom to be able to stand in my power and to speak my truth. And over the period of 10 years, there were so many incidences that kind of triggers on and off again, because spiritual awakening has many phases to it. Typically, it starts from an life-changing incident that kind of wake you up to your power, and then usually it's a journey of you kind of self-discovering who you are, what you like, setting boundaries. That's part of my journey, is learning how to set boundaries with others and really realizing what my boundaries is, because when you don't have a line, you don't know where your line is. So it begins the journey of you really discovering who you are and what you are about and what your boundaries are, and to really put yourself first. That is a very strong urge to want to take care of yourself, not just in terms of physical, but also in the mental aspect, and to really set forth the rules moving forward of how people should be treating you. So that was kind of how my journey of spiritual awakening started. And then, like I said, experiences after experiences of really triggering this continuous self-discovery. There's so many phases in spiritual awakening where initially when I spoke up to my mom, I felt like, ooh, I came to this power that I didn't know about. And then it started my spiritual journey of exploring me and my boundaries. And that gave me a lot of power and a lot of clarity of why I am the way I am. And there is also a period of darkness because of the different experiences that triggers this wound that I have, which is what I call doing the work of doing the shadow work, where you are looking at pieces of yourself that you didn't want to look at, you know. Like I said, I've always been this, in my mind, a strong, confident individual that is able to speak my mind, that is decisive, that knows exactly what I want. But when I look at myself in an awakened way, I realize that that's really not what it is. That I do have self-esteem issues, that I really haven't fully come into my power because I believe it, but I'm not showing it. So it's an element of self-growth that came with it. And a lot of it too, through the different experiences. One of it is the workplace bullying that I experienced, that my boss really triggered that wound in me because her personality really resembles my mom, and it really woke up some intense emotions in me because that same fear came back, and that fearing to speak up was there with her. And it awoke something in me where I'm like, enough is enough, and I cannot tolerate you treating me the way you are treating me, and really come to value the person that I am, that how I'm treated is not okay, and that it cannot continue any longer. And at the same time, as you are discovering yourself and your true power, you are called to a new purpose and a new perspective and a new direction in life. And there came that journey of really understanding and realizing that the outside validation is not a definition of you. Because, like I also mentioned in several of my videos of, I was blind to, consuming. I consume a lot, and I'm following the fads, and I'm, going after that career ladder, and I did reach the height of my career, and I have had a lot of material stuff, but it wasn't enough to make me happy. Because when I got to the top, I was like, what is this? I mean, this is it. That's all there is to it. I didn't feel a sense of fulfillment. I didn't feel a sense of purpose. In fact, I feel more empty, more alone. And I realized that there is so much more that I need to search within myself to find that purpose and that fulfillment and that identity that I so hungry for. And a lot of it is really through self-assessing, and coming into my true power of realizing that I am much more than all this title and positions and things could define. I'm so much more than that, and I'm so much more than the makeup, so much more than the hair, so much more than my material possessions, everything. And really dive into the core of who I am. And I used to be very emotional. I am still emotional because I feel things very fully as an empath, but I think I'm a little bit more discerning around how I feel about things and what I feel and how I show that. I think that's part of the maturity that comes with that awakening. And I feel like it has really helped me grow so much in my journey, because I used to be very bothered by what's happening around me, how people will react to me, how people, how situations would affect me, it would affect how I think about myself, how I feel about myself. It will affect how I judge others. It affect a lot in my life. And part of why people are so up and down in their lives is because, just letting all this noise influence how they feel from day to day. And the reality is, we cannot stop the world from revolving, and we cannot stop people from behaving the way they do. And the only thing that we can control is how we react to things. And I think that just having that inner core and understanding my values, who I am and who I truly am, apart from the things around me that define me, really helped me be firm around about the person that I am. And I think that it has helped me grow. And why I share with you the story at the beginning of this video about how triggers happens. This trigger happens every now and then depending on what happens, but my reaction to that trigger is so much different than the reaction that I would have in the past. In the past, I would be feeling so depressed and negative and sad, and I still feel sad because, you know, feeling unloved by your family is a very deep wound that in reality it's not going to go away, because it is what it is. This is a situation that I am in and I have to come to terms with it. But as I evolve in my journey, these triggers are more of a self-assessment of where I'm at and really going back to heal those wounds that is triggered. So I feel like yesterday's scene that was triggering me is really helping me dive into a little bit more. But you know, just like every journey, I think the more you dive into it, you are looking at things from a different perspective. You are understanding more, although there's so much more to understand, but you're further along your journey of your understanding of yourself. So I think what I wanted to share with you is that, you know, it is an ongoing journey. It's not like a one-time fix. You know, once I get into spiritual awakening and then that's it, I'm done with it. You know, it's an ongoing journey because we're ever growing and ever evolving. But the more you work with yourself and the more you self-assess those triggers, the more you learn about yourself and the more you learn a different aspect of yourself and create a brand new perspective. And there is more compassion for your past, compassion for how you feel, and there's also an allowing of past wounds and past feelings that weren't dealt with. Is you're allowing to come to the surface. Just like yesterday, I allowed it to come to the surface. I talked about it, and I am sitting with it, and I am addressing it. I'm not just shoving it down and pretending it's not there. I am acknowledging that the pain is still there. It still hurts me, maybe not as bad, but what is it trying to show me? That's where I'm at in my spiritual perspective around, okay, so what do I need to learn about that now? Why is it triggering something? Why is it coming up for me? Seeing it as a lesson of getting to know myself even better, which is what spiritual awakening has done for me. And I wanted to share this with you because I've talked a lot about spiritual awakening. I haven't shared my journey, and I hope this is a very short little video of how my spiritual awakening journey started and where it has brought me to now. And part of my coaching practice is really helping people through their spiritual awakening journey. And the gist of spiritual awakening is to help you work with your shadow self, not to suppress it, but to work with it, to embrace it, and to not fight it. And I have gone through it myself, different stages, and I am also ever growing, ever evolving. But the majority of my coaching practice is to help people who are going through this phase right now to kind of ease into it and to help them maneuver it and to figure that out for themselves as they work through the shadow work, which I am here to help support. So if you feel like that is something that you are open to exploring and to diving into that shadow self, which your spiritual awakening has awoke, feel free to check out my website at www.herempoweredlife.com. I would love to help and support you in this journey. It is not an easy one, but it is definitely an enlightening one that you will find so much value because it would change every single aspect of your life and make you a much better, much more authentic person that is living to the core of who you are. And I hope this experience sharing really serves you. If you are looking for any support, feel free to drop me a comment. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on my channel. And I look forward to serving you again in our next video. You have an amazing day.